Hello, welcome to my channel. So we're going to do a weekly outlook, and I want us today to start from the economic calendar. So first of all, guys, we are in the month of July, and I want you to know that the month of July and August, it is known as the month of summer holidays. You find that institutional traders, big bank, smart money traders, hedge fund traders. So most of them they normally go for summer vacations during this time, and it's normally Europe and North America. And remember, most of the traders with the large liquidities are found in Europe and North America. So, of course, if they are not trading during this period of time, you find that the volume in the market is less. And because volume is less, also liquidity is less. Remember, we need large liquidities for the market to be stable. The moment liquidity in the market isn't that much, you find that the market is not stable and it is very erratic. And that is why most people like trading major pairs because major pairs have large volumes, and as a result it is easier to trade major pairs compared to maybe USD ZAR or pairs that have less volume and less liquidity. And again, another reason as to why, it's because you find that during this period, again, the economic news release is less. And remember, we like to trade with high impact news release because they move the market. The days where you have less high impact news release, it somehow affects the market, especially the movement and the kind of setup that you're able to get during that time. So another reason, guys, we have sentimental analysis, because now everyone knows during this time hedge funds and institutional traders are not in the market. You'll find even other retail traders, they also stay away from the market completely. So if they're staying away, those who are trading, they're trading with less size compared, or they're doing less position than they would normally. All that still affects now liquidity and volume in the market. So those are some of the reasons as to why July and August, the market, it's considered not the best time or the best season to trade. And it is also recommended, if you are a beginner and you want to start trading, July and August is not the best month for you to start trading. Maybe you can stay back and wait for September. Once now institutional traders, big banks, they're back during the month of September, that is actually the best time to trade because now there's enough volume, there's enough liquidity. Now we can be able to get good moves in the market. And guys, I'm not a financial advisor, so this is not financial advice. This is just my analysis for fundamental analysis and sentimental analysis. So let's look at this calendar. You can see on Monday we don't have any news. On Tuesday we have Audi news. We don't have any USD news. On Wednesday, we have NZD news and we have one USD news FOMC meeting minutes. So these meeting minutes news isn't really that high impact. It doesn't have that much impact on the market, but it's still a high impact news. So we can also put that in mind. And it's at 9 p.m. So that is late into the trading hours. Then on Thursday, we have now on Thursday is the day I can say we have a real high impact news for USD. So Thursday is actually a good day to watch out. These are the day you might get your good setups on Thursday. Then on Friday we have GBP news and CAD. Also, we don't have a USD news. Already, you can see, guys, this is the first proper week or the second week of July, the month of July, and already you can see our news release, especially for USD, is really less because most of the time we get like 4 days, or even at least number of days we have high impact news for USD. But in this case, it's just like one day. Thursday is when I can say we have a proper news release for USD. And let's look at the daily. And actually, last week the price action was pretty much boring. I can call that boring because this is Monday. We just had an expansion lower. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then Friday, pretty much boring price action for USD pairs on last week. So I'm still looking at these. We have, of course, this is now the weekly fair value gap that was just created, and we also still have some PDRAs here on the daily. So also there's nothing much to see here apart from we can mark our key levels here that we have. So let's move to the 4 hour. We have more data. You can see that we had this higher low, higher high. So we have this fair value gap here. So I'm still looking at this retracement. I still want to see price give us more pullback. So I believe that the bullish will still take charge this week. So I want to see price, coming from this fair value gap. I want to see us going higher. Even you go take out these highs, we take out these highs as we go to this weekly fair value gap here. So that is actually what I'm watching for this week. And again, guys, the market can do whatever it wants. So I'm watching this fair value gap here is my key level. If this fair value gap is violated, if price violates it, and we even close below these lows here and even create, we create bearish fair value gaps, then that might show that the market is willing now to continue going lower. But I am most probably, this is what I'm looking at. I mostly want to see this bullish price action playing, because I really want to see that retracement before now we can continue with the bearish move. So Euro USD, let's start from the weekly. You can see here we have this weekly fair value gap created by price. So that's the only thing we have on the weekly. So on the daily, again, of course, this is our weekly fair value gap. And on the daily, we have this fair value gap here and also this fair value gap. They're still inside this weekly fair value gap. So I want to see price actually coming to these, retrace to these levels. So if you look at the 4 hour again, you can clearly see that this bearish move is really printing out well. And I want to see actually price, this order block here pushing price further lower. I want to see this pushing price further lower so we can come here. You can see we have a lot of liquidity here. I want to see price coming for this low here. We also have these sell side liquidities. We have a lot of liquidities down here, especially inside our weekly fair value gap, and it would be nice to see price come for those levels. So I'm still looking at bearish moves. Remember, Euro USD and DXY are negatively correlated. So if DXY, our bullish moves plays out, it means also Euro USD, our bearish moves is also gonna play out. So if we look at GBPUSD weekly, we don't have a fair value gap like the euro, but we just have this order block here. So that's the only thing we have. Let's move to the daily. So on the daily, you can see we have this fair value gap down here. Yeah, that is the only thing that we have. And then again, last week, GBPUSD, the best move that you would have caught is this move here from this daily fair value gap and targeting this buy side liquidity here. But you can see, guys, price just tagged this liquidity here, and we closed below it. So because of that, that also that is why we got this bearish move down here. Because most of the time when price tax liquidity, we always want to see price closing above the liquidity points, which is the buy side liquidities, or sell side. We want to see price closing above it. And that actually can give us more bullish moves up. But the moment you get price just sweeping the liquidity and we are closing below it, you will always find that the next candle that prints is such. That is why we had this really bearish move on Wednesday for GBP USD. On the 4 hour, you can see the 4 hour is more clear, and my bias for bearish moves is actually clear now here on the 4 hour. As you can see, we made this low, then we have this fair value gap here. We also have this fair value gap here. So I'm looking at this range. If we are to look at this range here, yeah, you can see we're already at 50% of the range. So I don't want to see price violate. This is like the final. If it really has to retrace, this is the final fair value gap. But it would be really nice if price does not violate this fair value gap. Maybe we take out this buy side liquidity up here, and then now we get that move down. That would be really nice. So that is one situation I see. Also another way price can just, because already we have, this is a fair value gap here on the 4 hour. So maybe price can also just, we can just now get our bearish move from that. So that is what I see for GBP USD. And again, because DXY we're looking at bullish, so it will be better if GBPUSD also gives us bearish, because they're negatively correlated. So let's look at gold on the daily time frame. So gold, as you can see, we had this move on Monday, close to taking out, actually took out this low, and then we had this bullish movement here. And you can see gold, this is here is an order block, a very nice order block has been created there. Then we have this daily fair value gap here. um so for gold, honestly speaking, I want to see a candle body up. I want to see us close above this high here, because if we close above this high here with a bullish candle, this will become an order block. We'll have created a bullish order block, and I can use that now to consider a bullish move to these highs here, because we still have this buy side liquidity here. So that is what I want to see in gold for me to consider these bullish moves. Because guys, you see, gold, we're like some sort of in a consolidation. We're in consolidation. So because of that, I want to see more confirmations before I actually decide to take any setup. So that's what I want to see. So if you look at the 4 hour is more clear. And you can see on the 4 hour, of course, we have this fair value gap here. And you can see price tapped this fair value gap, and then we had this move here. So for the bullish move, I want to see us violate this fair value gap. And of course, once we get a candle body close above the daily, as I told you, of course, we're also going to close above all these. We're likely to go close above all these. And that would be a move. That would be a good setup for a bullish move. And we have this buy side liquidity here. We have these buy side liquidity. We have a lot of buy side liquidity that you can target for the bullish move. However, if we do not violate this fair value gap and actually respect it, then we are likely, and violate this now daily, this fair value gap here, then we are likely to get a bearish move and target these sell side liquidities here. So for gold, because we're in some sort of like a consolidation, it's more of like ranging or consolidation. I advise, if you get a setup, you just have small target. Have small target. Always target the nearest liquidity that you can see there. So let's look at USDJPY, and USDJPY. This is the weekly time frame, and on the weekly, we really don't have much. The only thing I see on the weekly is we just took out this sell side liquidity. So let's look at the daily. On the daily, as you can see, we took out this low here, and then we have this order block that was created here by price. So are we reversing from here after taking out this liquidity? Most of the time, after taking out liquidity, price likes to go for the opposite side liquidity. So is price willing to come and take out this buy side liquidity here? I don't know. We will know. Let's move to the lower time frame and see. So let's look at the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, you can clearly see that move. We made a high. Actually, we made a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So currently, what do we have? We have this fair value gap here, and this looks like maybe it's a retracement. We were just correcting. We made a higher low, and then we anticipate that we were likely to make another higher high. So that is what is likely to happen. However, I want you to see this, guys. When we were retracing here, we had this fair value gap created here. So two things are likely to happen. Maybe if price is willing to now maybe go bearish, it might use this fair value gap to push price lower, for us to go lower. Or we might just after where price is at the moment. I want you to see here where price is at the moment. We have a 4 hour fair value gap. Price might just decide to now just go down and create even bearish fair value gaps. For bearish moves, that is what I want to see, and we completely violate this for our fair value gap, then get the bearish move. But for bullish move, I honestly want to see price violate this fair value gap. Once we violate this fair value gap, this can be used as an inversion fair value gap to now push price further up. And this is what I like to see. I would really like to see this bullish move. I want to see us violate this fair value gap, and I think I will get my setup from here. Once we violate this fair value gap, this is where I can get my setup for bullish move. And if we violate this fair value gap and invert it, then I can consider now, that is the point I can consider now bearish moves. So let's look at GBPJPY starting from the weekly. On the weekly, what do we have? So far, we have this weekly order block, And you can see last week price has tagged this weekly order block, and I like how we closed way above this our weekly order block after tapping it. And you can see, guys, we have this buy side liquidity here, and this buy side liquidity, and this, guys, this buy side liquidity looks like an easy target. This looks like an easy target for GBPJPY to get to. So if we move to the daily, you can see after we tagged that weekly order block, what did we create? We created a daily order block, and on Friday, price has already tagged this daily order block. So I honestly want to see I want to see bullish price action. I don't want to see price violate this order block here. We have 50%. I actually don't want to see body closes below the 50%. We can have a wick all the way to here, but no body closes. Body closes are below zero point 0.5 level of this order block, makes our bullish move low probability. Not that it's impossible, not that it's not possible to get the bullish move even after having a zero point 0.5, but it makes it a low probability. And remember, in the market, we don't know 100% what the markets will do. We just depend on high probability, and we always want to trade high probability moves over low probability moves. So, guys, the lower time frame for the weekly is what? Is the 4 hour. And when price tags our higher time frame PDRA, we said we want to see the candle that tags the higher time frame PDRA to close. In this case, last week is when we tagged this weekly order block, and of course we are done with the week. So once it closes, that is when we're supposed to move to the lower time frame and look for change in state of deliveries and market structure shift, because those acts now as confirmation that price is respecting our higher time frame PDRA. So you can see we tagged this weekly order block, and then what did we get? We got a change in state of delivery here. So we have a change in state of delivery here. We also have what? We also have market structure shift. We closed way above here. So this is also a market structure shift. So this makes our a bullish bias a high probability. And as you can see, after we made this high, we have this fair value gap here. So price has tagged this fair value gap. So it's really high probability. I want to see price respect this fair value gap, and then we get our bullish move. Small target, guys. First of all, our first target should be this buy side liquidity. So, guys, I want us to look at US 100. This is the weekly. You can see we have this weekly fair value gap here. And NAS 100, we are at all time highs. And most of the time, when we are at all time highs, it somehow becomes a bit tricky when trading, because, some people are expecting deep retracement, but then again, the market continues bullish because it's really bullish. So, when it comes to all time highs, just let the market guide you. If this market is willing to continue going bullishly, it would be nice if we can actually retrace to this fair value gap before we continue bullish. If you look at the daily, you can see we have this fair value gap here. Still, this is our weekly fair value gap. And if price is to retrace to a weekly fair value gap, it would be nice. We'd actually take out these liquidities here. And of course, we have some PDRAs here on the daily. So again, on the daily, guys, we have this small daily fair value gap. So I want to see how price reacts here. So I see two things. If we invert this, then we're likely to use this to push price lower to this weekly fair value gap, or um, or maybe price might respect this and use this to push price further up. Remember, we are at all-time highs, so anything is possible. So that is what I'm watching so far. I can't really tell you anything else. So that's all I'd prepared for the week, guys. Subscribe, like, share, and also you can comment down there. See you in the next video.